All righty. Got internet. Oh, yeah. Frames are getting a little crooked. Okay, somebody's in. Good morning, YouTubers. How are we all doing today? Hope it's working. Had some problems this morning getting it up, getting it online. Hey, Rodney, how you doing? Let me see what I can do here for you. Must be your first time here. Welcome. Not bad. Thinking about those folks that are stuck over there in that storm. They can't even go home once they lift the ban, they said, because that don't make any sense. But once they lift the restriction for the evacuation, they're not going to be able to get back into their houses because of all the relief work that's going on. I don't know. I don't know what the captain's going to do, if you know Neil. I'm just hoping this next one doesn't come up through the Gulf, because all the ones that come up through the Gulf usually hit Alabama and this area. So I was hoping Mars would come in. I was going to tell him I tried to download that program last night, and it took all night and still didn't get it. I do have a slow internet, but I mean, it just stopped downloading at 50%. Nameless, good morning. Or is it good afternoon for y'all? Oh, okay. You're just an hour ahead of me. Yeah, it's 6:45 here. Tried to get on by 6:30, but things didn't quite work out. And if I've missed anybody's videos, I'm starting to feel like Roger. I don't have many subscribers, but I'm here to tell you, I've been getting a lot of videos, and until I get to work on Monday, my net here isn't strong enough to support me opening 2 windows at a time. Nameless, you weren't in the path of the storm, were you? I can never remember where everybody's from. Ronnie, you're from the UK, aren't you? Or am I thinking of somebody else? Oh, good. It's not going to come up through Virginia like originally thought. Ooh, yeah, we occasionally have that problem down here. I know a lot of our local power company trucks are gone. There's, I think they staged them in Georgia for North Carolina and South Carolina, but they're all gone. So there's a lot of people up there helping get power back up, I hope. Well, hopefully you didn't lose any product all day yesterday. I'm not sure how long a freezer can keep things somewhat frozen without power. Oh, were you? Oh, bad time to go to the beach. Yes, they definitely need our prayers. That's where I'll be headed here about another 2 hours. Hopefully everybody's praying for them because it's going to be rough. Worst is over probably, but they still got to go home and see what the worst did. And I would shudder to think what that's going to feel like. What's the matter, Henry? Come here. Come here. Do you want to go outside? You never want to go. Come here. Come on. What's the matter? Oh, Henry's pitching a little fit. Well, we got 5 people in, or no, I guess that's how many are in. Some people are being quiet. Yes, indeedy. There, now I feel at home. Have either of you guys downloaded that program that they're thinking about using over on Canadian Drone Networks? Discord? I tried to download it last night. I left the download run all night long and I never did get the packet. So I don't know what's going on. It's actually designed for, way I understand it, people who do first person shooting games or whatever, so they can all go in one room and talk at the same time. And NetDragon set it up. Mars took me in it the other day while I was at work, and it's interesting. I can see problems with it, but it was kind of interesting. I tried to download it last night and it got to 50%, just never would go any further. So I canceled it this morning. I mean, I let it run all night. Oh, so you got it, Nameless? I haven't tried to set it up. Mars brought me into it when I was at work, so it's on my work laptop. But I tried to put it on this one at home, and I just can't get it to come down. I don't know what's going on. Mars and I spent about 30 minutes on it the other day. It was kind of interesting. It would be one way for more people to get to see what the people they're talking to look like, because you could actually do a personal, from what I understand, a personal video chat, kind of like you do with, I don't know if Messenger does that, but there was one I used to use. I can't think of the name of it right now. But it had promise, but it also, I just can't imagine 50 of us or 30 of us, whatever, being in, like, say, Canadian Drone Network and all trying to talk at the same time. We can't all type at the same time. But it would be a way for, like, people that were in there to go to that room and have a chat between themselves while they're still in the Canadian Drone Network on the chat. I think some people were using it last night. I got in really late because I had to watch the Alabama game, and then they go ahead and go to a different game on me. It really made me mad. They do that all the time. But Duga, good morning. How are you doing, my friend? There's a wrench. What is wrong with you, Henry? Henry, come here. Henry wants to play. Not a problem, big guy. I'm going to do like Roger does and give everybody one. That way, can't tell you how many times I get kicked out of the drone network. I'm sure it's accidental, but it happens a lot. And I have to come back in. Speaking of Roger and Kim, they were up pretty late last night. I think it was 10 o'clock my time or so when they finally gave it up. And that means it was 11 o'clock their time. They were on a long time. Let me check something real quick. I don't know if I can do that. Okay, I'll wait till later. Yeah, they were up late. Well, it was Val's. Let me see if I got this right. Val's Sunday night show that she did on their network, because she was going to leave early because her grandson was in town, and they had Mars and Kaz on. It was really a good show, but I didn't even get into it till pretty late because I got home really late. Like I said, you got to watch Alabama football. So in my house, you don't watch the game, you don't sleep very well. So I made sure I watched it. And then all of a sudden I look up and they're playing the Utah game because it's closer. Well, I'm sorry we've beaten somebody so bad you don't want us to watch anymore. This way we weren't beating them 75-0 like those two games last week. Yeah, I know, Baduga. You're in what, Portugal? Did I get that one right? Have a good day, Rodney. Oh, don't mention food. It's breakfast time here too. I haven't had a chance to throw anything on just yet. I like getting something just before I go to church. So I'll wait till Roger and Kim show comes on, I guess. I don't know what you said about it, my friend. I tried to download it, and I'm here to tell you, I let it run all night. When I got up this morning, it was still sitting at a 50% download, so I just stopped it. I don't know what you said, but I told Mars when we were on it Friday when I was at work, and I said, I like this. This is nice and crystal clear, but can you imagine 30-something people sitting in a room trying to all talk at the same time? Now, it might be nice to have the Canadian Drone Network Discord site so that, hey, good morning, Michael. Discord site up so that if people want to still watch the chat but talk to one another, that might work. I don't know. But just with Mars and me, just two people trying to talk, we were stomping on each other all morning. So I don't know. I'm trying to think of the program that I used to use for family phone calls, video phone calls. I can't think of it right now, but it's very similar to that, I think, except that you can have a lot more people in at the same time. Well, I hope not, because it's such a nice group, man. It's just such a nice group. And I don't know what the big deal is. I know Lewis Paul is big on, you can go watch a video while you're in the chat. I can do that now. I just click on add a tab, go back into YouTube on that tab, and I can watch a video during the chat. I just can't do it as a moderator because actually I probably could. I'll bet it would work here too. Yeah, I can understand that too. If they're affiliate channels or whatever you want to call it, I didn't know they had one. I had never heard of it till Thursday or Friday when it got brought up in one of the chats on Drone Network. And the next thing I know, Mars was telling me how to get to it, and he sent me a link, and I went to it, and it's a nice program, but I don't know that we really need it. That's okay. Michael, you going to get to fly in Philly today? I'm waiting for them to turn up our peanuts. I want to get videos of them turning up the peanuts, and then the next day after that, I want to get them harvesting them. It's some pretty interesting stuff to watch. Yeah, I understand that, Baduga. Well, have one for me, Michael. I gave up coffee a long time ago, but have one for me. Spike, good morning. Have a tool. There you go. That'll wake you up, Michael, for sure. D1, good morning, sir. I don't know about the rest of y'all. I guess maybe I wasn't paying too much attention throughout the chats since I've been on the network with Canadian Drone Network and whatnot, but I learned an embarrassing thing yesterday. Kaz is Mars's wife. I've been calling her, hey, dude, what's happening? Guess I got to stop that now that I know. We're doing fine on this end, Dewan. It looks like it's going to be a pretty good day. We're supposed to get afternoon thunderstorms tomorrow, but nothing this weekend. I got all my grass cut. Boy, was it deep. I hadn't heard about it, Spike. Is it going to be a big drone in? Jesse. No. No, I didn't know. I had no idea. I thought they were just two buds that, got on and did videos all the time. Yeah, they were really nice. It was a really, I got in late because of the game, but it was really good interview from what I could tell. I know I was enjoying what little bit of it I saw. Yeah, go ahead, Spike. I'm not worried about numbers. Oh, okay. Yeah, she seemed very nice. She sure did. That's one thing I like about what Val does is you finally get to put some faces to these names that you've been typing at for, well, for me for at least 2 months now. Yeah, it's so little I can't see it. And unless I actually go to the page and then go look at it, you know, I just wasn't thinking. That's all there is to it. Like right now, I can't tell what half the pictures are in this chat. I guess if I went to the pages, they'd get bigger. Okay, thanks, Spike. I'll check that out after the chat. It'll stay in there. Oh, yeah, I don't have Facebook. Oh, LSU beat Auburn 22-21. I know some people are going to be very upset. Oh well. Yeah, I pretty much have YouTube, and it's been the one that's worked out the best for me, especially since I started flying drones and posting things. And Lord knows we've got a nice community. I would have never expected to meet this many people. Yeah, I understand that, Nameless. Yeah, I understand that. I've got these few hours every morning, pretty much. It's hard getting up on the weekends to do a 6:30 show when I was late this morning. But when I get to work every day, it's easy to do because I can still do work. It's in the same location. Both computers are right there next to each other. And I get you all warmed up for the Roger and Kim show at 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 Central. Well, thank you, Nameless. It just gives me something to do. Because I like getting to work early. I figured on some days, if I have to teach in the morning, I won't be able to do it all the way till 8. I'll have to stop at 7. But most days I teach afternoon. So I can do it from sometimes, hopefully every day, 6:30 to 8. And if I don't make it someday, I just don't make it. Because I got to work. Night Train, good morning or good evening. Again, I don't know where everybody's from. Get Night Train wrenched up. Yeah, I can understand that, Nameless. Yep. Hey, we got to do what you got to do. Okay, thank you, Spike. And that's going to be in Texas, you said? Kind of far for me. You're welcome, Night Train. Yeah, I have an Instagram too, but I don't get on it very much. And I mainly use it for just posting little pictures of specialty photography that I occasionally do. But I do try to go in and check it because that's how I get to see my grandson. My daughter was up yesterday, and her husband I think he has a YouTube channel with a friend of his that's in Tallahassee, and he lives in Pace, Florida, so they're on the opposite sides of the state. But they run a channel together. I don't know what it's all about. They're getting ready to monetize here in a little while. But the funny thing was, he came into the kitchen one day. Do you know your dad live streams? I says, yeah, imagine that. I can do something. Tiggs, how you doing? Here we go. There you go. That fixes you up. Yeah, I guess he figured I was too old to be doing live streams on anything. What the heck? I ain't dead yet. Outback. Oh, yeah. I think that would be a little bit of a flight there, Spike. Youch. But you live in some beautiful country. Of course, all I've ever seen of it is on movies and stuff. But I know my one of my nephews moved down there and married a nice young lady. He's not coming back. He comes back occasionally, like every other Christmas. But he's loving it. So I'm happy for him. I'm not talking about anything particular, Tiggs. Just, watching the chat as best I can. We were talking about Discord a little while ago. I tried to get it, and I let it run all night long, and it still never downloaded the program for me. I knew I had slow internet. I just didn't know it was that slow. And basically just warming everybody up for the Roger and Kim show at 8 Central, 9 Eastern. And my poor brain is trying to remember where everybody's from, and that ain't never going to happen. There's too many people in here from too many different places, which is a good thing. It's really good. I like it. Who would have thought that a tiny little machine with propellers on it would bring this many people together? Oh, cool. That's interesting, Spike. So you understand, don't you, D1? Oh, boy. Yeah, but Tiggs, you should be getting some videos. Oh, my goodness. Greece can be very pretty. Yeah, they think old folks can't do nothing. Well, I may not be able to do all the fancy things they do, but I know how to get on here and do this. It's not that hard, especially when you meet the right people and you want to see them every day. Yeah, I really do like it. Matter of fact, if channels didn't already exist that are doing a fantastic job, I was thinking of names for a channel. I was gonna call it Drones Without Borders, because there's so many droners in here, and we don't care where we're from. We share information, all that kind of stuff. Really good. Be right back. Well, evidently Henry's found out he's faster than I am because he doesn't want to get picked up and he ain't gonna let me catch him. So, the heck with Henry. Yep, he's too fast. Yeah, I tried to get my wizard back up again last night, and I followed all the instructions to make sure it was bound. And I don't know, maybe that last time it hit the ground, it broke something that I just don't know enough to check and see what it is. I mean, it powers up, all the lights come on, but it simply will not go to the armed condition. Uh, the engines will not go to arm. When you turn it on, they sit there and do their little dance, but that's it. And that upsets me because I just got my Run Cam 3 and I was hoping to get some FPV videos. There would have been some good ones in that last flight had I had a camera then, but yeah, it's a bummer. I may end up just boxing it up and sending it off to somebody like Chris Justice and say, Chris, can you help me out with this? Find out what the heck's wrong with this thing. And I guess I'd have to send him the transmitter too, because that may be the problem. I don't know. Okay, I'll try that. I haven't downloaded Betaflight yet. That's another one I tried to download, and I got such slow internet. You try to download anything, it takes forever. So I need to check the CPU usage. Okay, I will try that. Yeah, can you imagine to be in the Greek Isles on holiday? A terrible place to be. Ought to be get some fantastic video. Yeah, that's true. I know that, Adam. Yep. Yeah, I know. And that's why I'd send it to Chris. He can have it as long as he wants. You know. Yeah, you've got no complaints, so you're not happy, Tiggs. That's a good one. Yeah, the flight controller. I guess that's what the FC is. That could be. I don't know. Thanks, man. Well, I don't know how to do that, Tiggs. I do know that in the binding process, it tells you to push a little. I mean, it's a little tiny button. I had to use the number one um, spindle to press it in, and tells you how to do it. I think it is, but matter of fact, I know it's got to be because when I try to arm it, it does make some noises, but it just never goes from engines locked to engines armed. So I know something's going through. I just don't know if the right stuff's going through, I guess. Ew, geez. You would ask me. I don't know. It's the Wizard that I bought. I don't know what's in it. I didn't build it. Uh, I know it's the Fly Sky ST16, I think, is the controller, but I'm not sure which receiver it's got in it. I have no idea what that even means, Tiggs. I really don't. I'd have to look in the specs to see what it had, and they're laying around somewhere. Yeah, I mean, was the first one I've ever bought, man. And I'm not into building them. Although I was looking at one the other day that somebody had one. They went through a 55-minute assembly, and I watched that entire thing. I went, everything he's doing, I know how to do. I may just order. It was a $99 kit. I don't remember this. It wasn't a micro, but it wasn't a 5-inch either. I think it was kind of like in between the two. Yeah, I understand transmitter and receiver, but I have no idea what's in it. I don't know what they are. I mean, I know where they are, and I tried to pair the receiver with the transmitter twice now, and it excuse me, gives me all the indications that it is bound, but it just won't arm the engines. So I'm thinking, if in worst case, probably flight controller. But I'll get in there and hook it to Beta Flight, and I'll check the CPU usage. No, not another flyaway. Hmm. Well, I'll try all that. I think I'll try to download Beta Flight at work. I've got a little bit faster internet going through my uh, place at work, but here at the house it's awful slow. Or could try to start downloading it, I guess, while I'm at church, and maybe it'll be done by the time I get back. Yeah, it's a hereditary thing, Dewan. I have post nasal drip like my daddy did. In his later years, when we take him to the store, uh, the way I would find him when he would wander off is just stand still for a minute, wait for his next cough, because he would cough about once every minute. And I'm stuck with the same thing. The only thing they can do to get rid of it is, sip a beer. I'll be in good shape if I sip a beer. Uh, Remove my adenoids, and I'm not going to let them do that. My daddy made that mistake. I could get some water, though. Drone pool. Sorry, I missed you come in, my friend. That's what I get for not paying attention to my own chat. How's it going today, Dan? You doing okay? Has anybody out there heard from the captain? Because I have been away since Friday night and most of the day yesterday. So I have not been able to see any the drone network or anything like that. Okay, so he's still in the hotel as far as we know. And man, I so feel for him because he was on the island, and I think the island is really probably got hit the worst. Well, I hope it doesn't hit him too hard when he finally gets there because it's probably going to be a hell of a mess. Yeah, drone pool, you need to finish your drone. And I still haven't gotten to put my carbon piper together yet. And it's only about a 30-minute snap together or push together build. Finding time is awful hard. Yeah, the flooding alone is already bad. It's matter of fact, I think they had filmed this morning, if I'm not mistaken, of a dam bursting in the Carolinas. I forget what they call that part they build off to the side, so the dam doesn't actually go, but when the blowout goes, it's like the dam went. You just don't have to rebuild the dam. But yeah, one of them went. Yeah, they're nothing to mess with. And she sure did a lot of damage. And then she slows down as soon as she goes over. So she dumps all that water. Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's a lot of rain. Yep. She sure can, Spike. She sure can. But these people always bounce back, I'm here to tell you. And the other thing, most of these people, they will not wait for FEMA to show up. They'll start helping each other as soon as they can. And then they'll take what help they can from when FEMA finally shows up. But they won't wait. They'll start helping themselves. That's what we do. What are you sniffing over there, puppy? You don't want to come see Daddy? Come here. Henry, come here. You want a cookie? Want a cookie? Want a cookie? Henry. He just won't come, boys. Yeah, that's the way it is, Dewan. You know, I remember when the tornado hit here in 2007. Uh, the day after it hit, that very because the day it hit late in the afternoon, and by the time it had gone through, it was so dark outside you didn't dare go out there with all the power lines that were down and whatnot. They basically the area that I had lived in at the time, they closed off the entire area around where I lived. I got in because I was a deputy sheriff, but nobody else got into that area, whether they lived there or not. They had to go find someplace else to live for a while. But that very next morning, we were up there with our chainsaws, getting trees off of people's houses, cars, out of their yards, whatever it took, and didn't even wait for no FEMA money. Ooh, I almost lost track of the time. Well, we got 30 minutes to the Roger and Kim show. Okay, not too bad. Haven't quite been out an hour, but I got started late today. There you go, Nameless. That can be fun. I haven't played Uno in so long. I probably wouldn't be able to play it anymore. But Yahtzee, yeah, that's a fun game. Take care, Spike. Have a good night. Uru. Okay. Uru. Yeah. I'm wondering where she's going next, this Florence girl. She's moving kind of slow. I know the last track prediction they had was she was going to turn right and head up through the Virginias and up into Maryland. She is down to a tropical storm now, isn't she, guys? Because I haven't been able to see much news. Not that a tropical storm isn't bad either, though. They dump a lot of water. Last thing they need is more water. Yeah, DeJuan, you would have had to have several hundred batteries charged up so you could go fly. Charge them up ahead of time. Net Dragon, good morning. Yeah, if you were already starting to flood before she came, you don't need her coming your way. That's for sure. I'm glad she didn't get nowhere near us because while she was coming, we had rain every afternoon for at least 3 weeks. Our ground is pretty saturated. Oh, Lordy. Yeah, I've been trying to talk the wife into a Generac that, I want to get one of the LP ones and attach about a 100-pound tank to it. And they're not that expensive, and I just cannot talk her into it. Because, even if you were away, you could check and make sure that Generac came on and was taking care of things. Because, I don't know. We've got, let me think now, 2 refrigerators and a big stand-up freezer. I'd hate to lose all that food, but if you're home, you just start cooking. Roland, nice to see you in here, sir. How's that gorgeous puppy of yours doing? Yeah, NetDragon, if you're still here, I tried to download Discord last night, and it went and started to grab I think it said it was update 1.1, and it stayed at 50% all night long. I never did get it. So I'm going to try again today. I'm going to turn it on right before I leave to go to church and see what happens. She reminds me of my dog, Ruin, my black one that you can see on one of my videos. She likes to retrieve just anything you'll throw. She'll go get it and bring it back. Now, Dragon, Mars had me on it on my laptop that I have at work. So I might just have to use that one for everything if I have to have Discord. I just don't want to see us go strictly to Discord. It's nice to have in the background if people want to talk, but I can't imagine. We've only got 7 people in here. Can you imagine all 7 of us trying to talk at the same time? Mars and I were stepping on each other the other day. It was getting kind of frustrating, but it was a nice program. It was something I had never seen before. And I from the looks of what I saw, it must be for like first-person shooting games or, first-person games. There goes my chat. Yeah. Yeah, I understand, D1. Yep. Oh yeah, I understand that, Dragon. They'll get used to it, but it was really nice. My only problem was I couldn't get it to download. So I'll try one more time while I'm gone this morning and see what happens. Yeah, I understand. And if that's how it gets used, yeah, I think the reason a lot of people are kind of leery of it is they're thinking that we're trying to get that to be the main way we meet, like in Canadian Drone Network and whatnot or whatever. But I see it more as a sidebar that if people want to get together and actually talk instead of type, they can go off into that. Even though they're in this stream still, they could be in that talking to one another, because talking was sure a whole lot easier than trying to type, because I can't type. Yeah, gaming platforms, what I thought it was. That's what it looked like. But yeah, so it's like a sidebar. It's not going to replace YouTube is the way we get together, because that's what I think a lot of people were kind of leery of. I guess is the right word. They weren't upset, but they were a little suspicious or leery that was the only way we were going to do anything anymore. I didn't take it that way. I figured that was going to be something in the background, that if you and I want to go have a conversation and still watch this chat, we could hop into that, chat back and forth there with words, and still watch this chat. Yeah, and that's what's nice about the YouTube. Like, if you think something like you're in the chat and you don't catch a link, like as a moderator, I can't touch a link. I can't go look at the links because it'll shut this down. At least that's the way I understand it. So I don't touch them. But once I close this stream out later on, I can go back into it and find those links and still go to them. Yeah, that Discord, I mean, I really liked the program. That was one of the quickest and clearest one I'd ever seen. So if I'm going to keep trying to get it. But yeah, I'll keep letting people know that we're not trying. In other words, Discord isn't going to replace what we're doing. It's going to be more of a sidebar and support what we're doing in a different way. Yeah, I didn't know if I could do that though. I don't want to accidentally leave the stream. I know I can do it if I'm in the chat, because it'll simply open up another window for me. But I don't know if it would do it while I'm the moderator or not. I know Roger says he can't do it so I don't know. I don't want to take any chances, let's put it that way. Yeah, I think if people understand what people are really trying to do with it, maybe, I don't know, maybe we weren't clear enough, or people weren't clear enough about what they actually wanted to do with it when they first started talking about it. Because a lot of people started going, oh no, we don't want to be just in that. Yeah, I can't type that fast, so I really can't explain it on Roger's stream. Yeah, that's the one I was trying to think of earlier. Uh, Skype is the one I had been using for years to talk to the grandson when they were living up in Maryland, and we'd never get to see him hardly at all. So we'd Skype on the big screen. Yeah, I'm sure we do. I'm sure we do. Yeah. Uh, was Val using it? I know she was talking about getting it. Okay. Well, I should be on there. Mars got me on it the other day, but then again, I may not be. But that's on my work computer, and I didn't have any problem getting it on that one. But this one here, for some reason, it's being finicky. I'll try one more time, and then I might just have to start bringing my computer home with me every day. Which ain't that hard. It's a laptop, but I got to bring the power cord and everything else. Okay, cool. Well, you should see me on the list because I know I was in there with Mars. I might not have been in the right one though. I don't know. I just know I was on Discord, uh, talking with Mars, and the CDN was over on the side with their great big maple leaf. But I don't remember whether we actually went into that one or not. Well, wasn't that hard for you to set it up? Was it, NetDragon? Yeah, I know that. Yep, I know it has an app. I think one of the concerns that somebody had was that, I think they said that the Canadian, or not Canadian drone net, the drone network, I think that's Captain's channel, already had set up a account or whatever you call it, a server, and they didn't see why we had to have a separate one if we're all on that one. I don't know. What's the harm of having a separate one? That way, I'm sure you've got some people that go to Canadian Drone Network that maybe, I'm saying maybe because I don't know too many that would, but that wouldn't go to the drone network. I don't know. I seem to see the same names in both places, so it looks like everybody's pretty much up on both of them. But what's the harm in having this? I don't know. I don't know how it all works. Yeah, there you go. I mean, there might be a whole bunch of different channels or servers or whatever you want to call them that you might want to be interested in and be on. That makes sense. I'd imagine there's some people out there that have one for every Xbox game they play, because I'm assuming that's kind of one of the games that it's designed to work with or help you with. And I can't imagine going back to any kind of first-person shooter game. I'd never have any time anymore. But this internet out here is so slow. Oh boy, I got so frustrated trying to play. That's cool. Yeah, But I just, people are just leery of it. And as long as they understand that it's not going to replace the Canadian Drone Network on YouTube, and if that's the only way you want to access the Canadian Drone Network, is that's fine. It's like I said, it's supplemental. It's sitting there in the background. If two people wanted to still watch this chat, but go in that room and talk, they could go in that room and talk. Because I know talking's a whole lot easier than typing. That's why I live stream, guy. Because I can't type. I type like this. And that's no fun. Well, you did fine, Net Dragon. It was set up just right, and it was working just fine, from what Mars and I could tell. I didn't know the drone. Oh, you mean Canadian drone? I don't know. I don't. You know, I wish Roger would bring one of us on to talk about it. I think when Lewis P made the suggestion, when Paul made the suggestion, I think somebody, every time, some people, not me, but some people, every time they see Paul come on and try to, and basically takes over the conversation and whatnot, he comes across the wrong way to some people. You understand what I'm saying? He just comes across, I don't know, almost like he's talking down to us. And that discussion he had that day about getting Discord versus YouTube, he said some things that probably didn't sit well with some people. I don't know. Yeah, Roger doesn't even have Facebook. Carpenter Rick, good morning, sir. Good morning. Let me find you first. There you go. You got a wrench there, big boy. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I think I know Canadian Drone Network's not going anywhere off of YouTube, but I do wish he could be a little more tolerant of what the intent is with this program, and I think he'll eventually understand. Yeah, I just didn't even type anything. I just sat there and listened when Lewis was explaining what the program could do. And a matter of fact, you had already started setting up the server, NetDragon. So, I mean, it was just some of the things, sometimes Lewis, when he comes across and he hits people the wrong way. Not everybody, but I was watching the chat, and yeah, you could tell that it was going to be one of those things that was going to cause a little bit of controversy. Is all I'm saying. It's like it's there. You don't have to use it, and Canadian Drone Network's not going to go exclusively to it. So, yeah, you were actually working on it at the time, NetDragon, and you came back in just about the time everybody said, well, NetDragon's already got it set up. And Paul said, okay, good. And then he left. And it was all before that. You were actually working on it at the time. Well, and see, like Ruin says, that seems to be, and that's the opinion some people get. Things like that. I don't know. I'm not going to get mixed up in it. I'm going to get it if I can get it on this machine, and I'll turn it on. If people want to talk to me or do whatever on it while I'm in a stream somewhere, I'll gladly go there and talk to them. Well, I'll ask Roger, but I'm not going to tell Roger. Yeah, I think if people understand it's a supplemental thing, it's something that we can use, but we can also choose not to use it. That Canadian Drone Network's not leaving YouTube or anything like that. I think if they understand that, then they won't. They'll either get it or they won't. So. Nameless, what happened to your wrench? Did I accidentally take it away? I apologize, big guy. Yeah, it's just a chat room. I mean, you might have two guys in here that they're trying to chat back and forth about something they want to do, but because the chat moves so fast, it's hard for them to keep up with each other. They can just go, hey, meet me over in the Discord, and they don't have to leave here to do it. They just go into the Discord and have their conversation while they're still watching chat here. So, yeah, if I can get it, I'm definitely going to get it set up. Are you talking about when you went over and tried to talk with Roger and Kim Carpenter, Rick? Yeah, there you go. It's a way that we can connect when the YouTube Live's not available, for sure. Yeah, it'd be a way you could communicate with one another. And now you can correct me if I'm wrong because I didn't try this, but the way Mars explained it to me is that if you go into Discord and say, let's just say you go into the Canadian Drone Network and you see all these people that are in there, very similar to Skype, I can click on somebody's name and dial them up and try to contact them because they know they're there and communicate with them that way. So you're right. When there's not a live feed up where everybody can jump in and talk, you can go to Discord and find the people you want to talk to. Oh, this chat, my chat doesn't move very fast because, I mean, you only got 6 people in here. Come on, let's be real. But yeah, when you look over at Rogers and Kim's show and they've got 25 and 30 people in there at one time, that stuff hauls butt. And that's why I kind of, you know, I don't think anybody's ever got upset with me, but I've seen people get upset with people because they didn't acknowledge what they said in chat or something. It's like, dude, you know how fast chat's moving? Yeah, I can see how Discord would be great for gaming. I really can. So, oh Lordy, I wasn't watching the time. I don't know. I'm trying to get Roger to drop in here every morning just before he goes on, so I know when to shut down because I'd hate to see a gap, you know. But yeah, I never heard of TeamSpeak. I never heard of Discord. I've always used Skype. It's the only one I'd ever used. And now that my grandson's only 2 hours away, we don't use it that often because we get to see him more. Now, this one seemed to run pretty good the other day. It seemed to be laid out really well, and it seemed to work really well. I'm just going to be upset if I can't get it on this computer. Yeah, I pan up in the chat too, but then the chat is still building below there, if you know what I mean. That people are still making entries, and then you just got that much further to go back down. But some people just get all prop gear. Good morning, sir. Let me give you a wrench, my friend. And I know you're going to yell at me, prop gear, but I still have not had time to assemble my Piper or my carbon Piper. I am so upset. Every day I've come home, I've had something to do. Yesterday I had to go help a friend get his peanuts up. We had a huge peanut boil at the church. And then I got home and I had to watch the Alabama game. So that was just not going to not get watched. Prop gear, are you still in the States? I don't know what a master is, Net Dragon. I think I saw that stuff in there, but I mean, we just talked back and forth the other day. Yeah, Mars brought me into it within a minute. we were talking to one another, and he was showing me things in the program. Okay, Carpenter Rick, go take care of that family. They come number one. Have a great Sunday. God bless. Not a problem, Net Dragon. That's okay. Propker, I thought you were the one that was visiting the U.S., though. Who was it I was watching was visiting the U.S. over in California, was making videos? Must got the names mixed up. Yeah, I could never forget the prop gears in the UK. Those videos you post of all those guys. Man, I wish I had a club like that here. We would have some fun. Came close the other day. Found one whole other person, but he didn't want to get into flying drones or planes. He was strictly a Traxxas guy. I said, well, that's cool. But he didn't even want to try to start a club, so. Well, I'm lucky at work. Most days I teach AM or PM, in the afternoons. So most days when I get to work, I've got from 6:30 to at least 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock my time to be on. And that's why I started this. Try to get people warmed up for the Roger and Kim show, which they'll be going hot here in a little bit, I would imagine. I don't know if I can do this. Let me try something. If I go poof, guys, it's my fault for doing something stupid. Hopefully I won't go poop. Okay. I'm trying to see. Well, that's not right. Okay. Good. I didn't go poof. Yeah, he pretty much is. I'll tell you what, guys, I will see you over at Rogers. I will see if I can ask him to bring me into his feed. He may not want to talk about Discord, and Roger doesn't use anything but this. So, hello, love my drones. Good morning. I was just getting ready to shut down because Roger's fixing to come on. But welcome, my friend. Everybody hit that like on your way out if you haven't already. Star Gamer, good morning. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm showing about 2 minutes before Roger's going to be on, so I'm going to go ahead and shut down the stream. I greatly appreciate you all stopping by and talking. Net Dragon, are you going over there? We'll see if we can talk Roger and let me talk about Discord a little bit and try to get a little clearer understanding to people out there about what you're going to try to do with it. But I can't make any guarantees. It's Roger's channel. So he either will or won't want to do that. Okay, we'll see y'all over there. I'm going to go get something to drink real quick and maybe something to eat. So I may be there in about 4 or 5 minutes. It doesn't take long to make toast. So y'all have a blessed day. Thank you for stopping in. And we'll see you tomorrow morning sometime around 6:30 if y'all want to come back again, because I'm going to try to do it every day. Weekends is a little tough, but work's a whole lot easier because I'm at work way before 6:30. Y'all have a blessed one. Take care.